had Xavier go on a prolonged run that you guys went on.
I thought the defense on both teams, they had a number of deflected balls, and they were able to run out. We had stops, and we were able to play at a more brisk pace. And I thought that that was the difference in the two halves, really. You're absolutely right. I didn't think that there would be runs in this game. I thought this was going to be a possession game, and at halftime I brought up a couple of possessions that we gave away. In the second half, I was more concerned about, they deflected 3 balls in a row right in front of our bench. 2 of them led to breakaways. But we stayed with it. We had a big basket out of a timeout, down 8. We got a little in an inside play, and everybody kind of caught their breath. And I think Langston hit 3 in that little run because we're fragile. We're very, very fragile.
Coach in the back, how do you get ready for VCU's press with just under 24 hours to prepare for them? And you had a terrific game in Richmond. If you could speak on the last game and how you prepare for them for tomorrow.
Well, to prepare for them, we're going down to Times Square. We're going to have them run around and try not to get hit by a car. I don't know any other way to put it to you. You know, like, that's what it's going to be like. It's going to be like crossing the street in Times Square. And we just have to hope that we don't get hit by a car. The game at VCU, there were a number of things that jump out to me. One was their unbelievable fan support. I assume it'll be the same here tomorrow night. The pressure was more intense than I saw on tape. And we had some fortunate bounces in that game. We banked in a 3. We took a couple shots late. But my biggest takeaway from the last game is we couldn't guard them. We couldn't keep anybody in front of us. And we did a much better job tonight. We've done a pretty good job all year long. I think our defense has been somewhat undervalued. And we have to really, really avoid the knockout punch. Their style, their swagger is that they're going to come for our throat right now. And as soon as we get back to the hotel and they've eaten and they go back to their rooms, then this one's over. And we do the best we can to prepare. You know, we're going to recall the situation that we had in the Barclays earlier this year. Beat Notre Dame in overtime, same kind of gut-wrenching game. And then the next night we didn't have anything, and we lost to Florida State. So we didn't come here to win one game. We came to win one game, to get another game, and now we're going to try and win another game tomorrow night.
Yeah. Coach here.
I'm sorry.
Just given the kind of outside expectations that were set by other people for your program and the season that you've had, have you messaged your team at all going into this weekend that this was a chance to kind of wipe the slate clean and move forward?
I think that's cute coach talk. You know, we're all 0-0. But I got a very interesting text, email, very, very late last Saturday night. And the email said, current circumstance does not determine your future. It only determines your starting point. That's a little bit of a paraphrase, but basically where we are and is only the starting point. And so we went in Sunday night, we looked at the film from the last game, the last Xavier game, and we went forward. So, you know, the expectations and my own expectations, their own expectations, we didn't meet those over 29 games. But we had a chance tonight to play a game, and we're fortunate enough to win. So our current circumstance do not determine our future results.
Phil, can you just talk about Halil, especially in the second half, and then the difficulty with when to put him in when he's got 4 fouls?
Well, fortunately, he fouls a lot, so we've had a lot of opportunity to but I relied on the assistant coaches a lot to talk about offense, defense. And it's a little tricky because Halil reads everything that is said about him. He was 0 for 5 in the first half on basically layups. So, yeah, he allows us to run offense, but to be honest with you, he would expect himself to be better than 3 for 10, and I would expect him to be better than 3 for 10, particularly with the ball, where he got it. But he gave us a force in and around the basket, particularly defensive rebounding, and he has a really good idea of, he's very knowledgeable. He's got the highest basketball IQ on the team. So that 6 assists, 7 rebounds, 11 points, banging a couple of those layups, and then you're really talking about a good game.
Phil, I know your season's not over already, but just after everything these guys have been through a little bit this year, how good would you feel for them, or how do you feel for them after that kind of win?
It's their win.